Hey guys, I wanted to do a follow-up video regarding one I had spoken about where I had been in a fight and God right in my ear was like, you don't believe that I will fight for you and you don't believe that I'll defend you. And just walking you through my journey with that as I wrestle with God and what He's taught me so far in that. So that happened, a month or so ago, and or just under a month ago, I should say. It was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. But in that time, God has been getting deeper at that question, and how it penetrates deeper, not just about me, and you won't fight for me or defend me, and the injustice that's happened to me, but I'm, just realizing that I've never told God, growing up in a Christian family, you're told Bible verses, and you go to church and you store His words in your heart, but they don't always go to the place of full comprehension and full grasping until you're a little bit more mature. And sometimes they do and they make sense and you get it, but some things, they make sense on an even deeper level as you've gone through more scenarios and situations in your life. So for this particular matter, I was realizing that I just, with all the injustice and the evil and the vile, wicked things that are happening in this world, in our country, across the water, down below us, people all across the world just have heinous, vile acts committed against them. And as I was watching The Zookeeper's Wife the other night with my husband, I just get to this place where I am just weeping after seeing a horrible image of a girl and these other children, things just so wicked happening. And I just was bawling and I couldn't even see out of my eyes, and I was just like, Jeremy, stop the movie. And I just, God, how could you let your children and these precious innocent people suffer? How could you allow these kinds of things to happen? And I just had to say, I just think you're mean sometimes. And I'm sorry that I'm saying this, and I know that you're good and that you are love, and that I'm just a human and I don't get it, but those things just seem so mean that you don't take care of those little children and the innocent victims there and around the world. And He didn't speak to me right then and there, but He spoke pretty quickly, and so I'm thankful for that. But the next day, I went to YouTube just when the boys were eating their lunch. I went and grabbed my phone. I was just going to watch like a church service or listen to a counseling session or something, and what popped up was a titled video, How Can God Allow Such Evil in This World If He Is Love? Something to that effect. And it was an open mic forum with Dr. Ravi Zacharias, and R-A-V-I is how you spell his first name. And if you want to go look for it on YouTube, I'm not going to do the recount of his little answer any justice, so you'd want to probably see that for yourself. But just in a nutshell, it spoke right to the core of my question and my doubt in God. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And if it makes sense to you, if you're in a place similar to mine in your journey and you're just maturing and figuring things out and learning things for yourself like me, then hopefully this can be a blessing. And if not, that's okay. But just to real quickly tweak what he said a little bit, because there was a little bit of a build up to this particular answering of the question. I'm just going to recap it like this. So if you are in a relationship with somebody and you love them so much, no matter what you do, you can't make them love you. You can have an arranged marriage situation, for example, where two people comply and they develop and learn to love each other over a period of time, but they can't be forced to I love you. Yes, I know I love you. That's something that is internal, person to person. They develop that throughout their own learning to trust the other person, having chemistry with the person, appreciating and getting to know that person. So if love is the supreme ethic in a relationship, and that is what you want to attain, you want to attain a loving relationship with the person, then the thing that is required is a free will, the will to choose. And like God is so loving and kind, and he has given us our free will. So when that happens, when he gave us our free will, he opens the door knowing that we are going to have sin in us. We're not perfect. So there is sin in this world, and evil and wicked things. But learning to look at an isolated situation as a possibility to being something evil or good, it's not really up to us. It's not up to us, and it's not for us to say that it is this or it is that, because we just don't know. That takes your own building of your vulnerability with God, and your own confessions of what you believe he stands for or doesn't stand for, and you learning to hear him as you become still and quiet, and trusting him and seeing his word come alive. And scriptures like, God works all things for the good who love him and are called according to his will. That type of a scenario can be looked at by this one parable that Dr. Zacharias gave from his homeland of India. He said, there's a parable, and it goes like this, and it's a good example of not just looking at an isolated situation and knowing if it's good or bad, but just trusting that God is working all things for the good. And there was a son who had a horse, and he went out and he was in the field and let go of his horse, and the horse ran away, and he had to come back, and the dad saw that he didn't have the horse, and so did the neighbor, and the neighbor was like, oh, such bad luck. And the dad was like, well, I don't know if it's good luck or bad luck, but it is what it is. Well, then the horse finds his way home a few days later, and he's brought 20 wild horses with him. And the neighbor was like, whoa, it was actually really good luck. Look what happened. And the dad was like, well, good luck or bad luck, I don't know. Who am I to say what a scenario is, what that would be in this scenario, but it is what it is. Well, then one of the wild horses rears up and knocks the son over, and the son breaks his leg. So then, of course, the neighbor is calling it bad luck. And then, then the town gets word that there's a gang coming through, capturing all able-bodied men to be a part of their gang. They come to the house, and they see the son laying there with his broken leg, and they're like, nope, next one, we only want strong, able-bodied men. And so then the neighbor comes back and is like, oh, look it was all actually such good luck. All these things led up to this, and it was to actually keep your son protected from the gang. And the dad was like, well, I don't know, good luck or bad luck. I'm not one, I can't call what one thing is, And so the whole point of that story is that you don't necessarily know the events that are happening surrounding, and there's such obvious evil, wicked, vile things happening that how can you even call something like that? How could God even work something like that for the good? But he is the master. He is the creator. He knows all. He's omnipotent. And for me, that answer sufficed for this season, for me in this moment. And he was so gracious to give it to me relatively quick, and to help me better understand that as I have learned to trust him, I can trust that answer because of how he's treated me leading up to this place. And I just hope that is an encouragement to someone out there. And if there's something that you need prayer for, let me know. But certainly take the things that you struggle with or that you question about God, and I would encourage you to take it to him in a raw, vulnerable, respectful, open-minded way where you can just wait and be still and wait for him. Because if you're like me, my answers don't come right away all the time. This one did come pretty quick, but he wanted to penetrate deeper from 3 weeks ago, and initially seeing that it's not just having to do with the injustice to me, but that how is there so much happening in this world. But you know, he's given us our free will so that we can look and assess all other things and choose to love him for who he is and what he's doing. So let him speak to your heart, and just be patient and wait on him, because he will answer you. And it's not always in the way that you think either, which is always kind of funny. But anyway, have a great day.